live. Let's get it. And crazy. The Build King's back and grounded, baby. Crazy to be back. Feels weird. Been enjoying Enshrouded, but I have to give the people what they want every once in a while, you know? Had to bring it back to good old grounded. Place where I started this whole content creation journey. And we still haven't finished this whole build, so it doesn't feel right just leaving it for good, you know? Doesn't mean we're going to be back every night, but I do want to continue work on this from time to time. It's goal at least. So, the plan is work on this water garden central. For a long time, this was going to be a central plaza, but it just doesn't work. It never didn't work that way. So we're going to try out some things tonight and kind of see what we can do, you know? Got a couple miscellaneous projects that I never finished. Getting all these armor sets on these armor dummies. Something I'd like to get done. Definitely would be nice to get a good jump on this. I have some different ideas, so we're just going to switch it up a little bit, I think. See how it all works out. Not totally sure yet. You got this whole area, which probably won't get that far. This area. And then a little bit more stuff over here. Not really sure. I think we're going to do some housing over here, but so a little bit here. And then pretty close to done. So we're just going to start sending it. Be nice to send off grounded, you know, in that way. Finish the build, be done. I'm assuming that if we go much further, the game will just start crashing, and that's when we know we're done with grounded for sure. I've had moments, I fixed a lot of things, but we are definitely close to being at the max capacity of grounded. But had to revisit it for a night. Sounded fun. And I love looking at this. I should have fun flying through this build, you know? All the 3,000 hours. Also, admittedly, so I'm doing a base tour. Working on this base specifically since I never made a YouTube video for it. And my game wasn't quite at 3,000 hours. Tonight, it will be. So I can take a little screenshot of my Steam profile and show that I played 3,000 hours of Grounded. 3,000 hours of fun. Good times. Meeting good people. So I'm quite happy with that. Not happy with the fact that these two mushrooms are not the big ones. What a rip. How rude. How rude. What else? Those are the main parts of the project. I mean, we still have all the stalls and stuff. I don't know if we're going to have enough space in the long run to be able to fill all the market stalls. It's very possible, but it's very not possible at the same time. We'll see. We'll just kind of see how it goes. I'm very excited to do a base tour of this base, though. Show off the hard work, make some fun edits, have a good time. I've been really looking forward to making this video. I just have to sit down and get it recorded. Which, with a 2-year-old, is extremely difficult. I will admit, extremely difficult to get anything done right now. My days are insane. I'm drinking a Red Bull specifically for the fact that children. Just crazy. Okay. Oh, jeez. Is it night already? Yeah. Yep. Forgot, I have to sleep in this game. Or else it's so dark you can't do anything. think we also have a bit of farming we need to do. That's the pagoda. Is it this one? Nope. Surely it's this one? No. Okay. Who designed these? That's the one. Let's see if I can still fight in this game. Oh. Dude, I love the combat in this game. It's so good. This is the one thing that I'm not loving as much about Enshrouded at the moment, is the combat is just not as enjoyable. This has loot. Come here. A lifesteal king, baby. Oh, it's like good old times. Farming ash cement. Wonder how many hours of my life I've spent farming ash cement in this game now. That's the real question. $29, not bad. Not bad at all. Might as well lint it up as well. Ouch. Rude. Where did they keep coming from? Too strong, though. Too strong. Alright, let's get a little lint while we're at it. Might as well. Oh, I'm grounded, man. Good times. There's just something like... This game has the perfect balance of... Okay, and we're falling. And we're dying. I don't have any tufts. Good to know. This game has the perfect balance of like cozy, extremely, not extremely, pretty difficult combat situations, cozy, fun build vibes, incredible art style. It just does something that no other game to me has really ever accomplished. It is just quite incredible what they did with it. Sure, everyone can complain and all that down the road, but let's do a full blint run. Get back into it. What's up, Harley? How's it going? Yeah, this game just did something that no other game has accomplished to do for me. Enshrouded's incredible. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but it doesn't, like, the combat's not there for me. Whereas grounded combat, I enjoy so much. Enshrouded, I just kind of want to like blow through everything and get over it with the combat because I don't enjoy the mechanics quite as much. But the building is just better. So it's like every game has its give and takes, you know. Hope you're having a good night, Harley. And didn't get my weapon out in time. Oh, good call. I am on the wrong... I'm on Enshrouded. Duh. How's that? That would help. I was literally looking at OBS and didn't realize that. Genius. Great streamer moments. Great streamer moments. That's going to infuse all of them. Yep. I'll just let them kill themselves. Watch that. Look at that. That's good stuff. Thank you for saying that, Harley. I would have just kept on playing. Lovely. Now I just was talking, looking at my base like a goofball. I'm like, ah, yeah, look at all this coolness. I forgot I don't have my main monitor as the setting. I use the setting for the game itself. That way I don't accidentally, like, show things that I don't want to show. Well, it's not a great start to the stream. Dang it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Still says you were playing Enshrouded. Why is it doing that? Is that on Twitch? Yeah, you're on Twitch. Let's see. It's weird because I didn't even set it to Enshrouded, so I don't know why it's even saying that. It does. Huh. How do you change that now? Nope. Come on, let's load now. Oh wait, hey. Shouldn't show up now. One sec. Troubleshooting. I don't even know how to change this. What the heck? Here we go. What a noob. Alright. That should be working now. Jeez. Struggle is real tonight, y'all. You take a break from Grounded and it's like... completely forget how to do everything. It's been one of those days, man. It really has. I'm like all over the place right now. My son, I have a half day of work. I worked at like 12:30 or 1 on Fridays. And we do most of our sales across the country. So typically by noon or 1. Okay, good stuff. Wait, what? When did that? Has that always been there? Am I crazy? It's just been a long time. Typically by 1 o'clock on a Friday, like everyone's gone for the weekend. That's doing the East Coast business that we do a lot of. So we stop, and I had my son all day, and it has been a day. Kids, incredibly fun, absolutely exhausting. Couldn't be more exhausting. Let's go this way. Ouch. I messed this up falling. Oh, jeez. I don't want to die. Chomp, chomp. Hey, Ludarev with the resub. Thank you, man. Did you come to join the Grounded fun? I need to see a big show out tonight, you know? A bunch of people asked for Grounded, so... everyone's got to back it up if they want me to keep playing. Hey, good. Good to see you. I don't know how I feel about Grounded anymore, but... no, it's still incredible. Grounded has done a lot of things for me in life. At this point. Kept me sane during COVID. I can't just jump that way, can't I? Also, do not have any dandelion tufts. I didn't think of that. Okay, cool. Obviously, I'm not very good at the movement anymore. Just need Grounded 2. Dude, Grounded 2, I've said this 100 times. Grounded 2 would change my life. Honestly, I would contemplate quitting my job if Grounded 2 came out. That's how... now, of course, they have to do everything right and blah blah blah. But that's how confident I am that Grounded 2 would be incredible. Now I'm just saying, who knows? It also depends on if my wife gets this promotion. That would help a lot for that decision too. But I honestly do feel that like I could be extremely successful with Grounded 2. If I had the time. That's my current issue. You want to go? Okay, I'm gonna die. I'm definitely dead. Yep, we're dead. Yep. Okay. That's enough lint.
I'm pretty sure I'm poisoned.
Ouch. Kill that thing. You're gonna kill us both. Yep. Got him. Stunned him. I mean, I'd be willing, in many ways, to take a leap of faith on Grounded 2, honestly. With the idea that... of course, the game was made in a way that, like, allows for growth. If it's just the same thing over again, maybe a different story, but... I think there's enough potential. Pretty much every Grounded streamer or content creator was able to create quite a bit of success off of just Grounded, so... Hard part's that when that game dies. So if it's like they find a way to make it for ever procedurally generated, whatever it might be.
Having a little peek.
Then you never know. I do not miss farming, though. I honestly is no fun. It's just so time consuming. Especially as like trying to make content with it. Like, I don't know. That's why it was fine because all I did was stream Grounded. I didn't actually like have to go. I wasn't making a bunch of videos at that point in time. So it was easier. But it is a lot of effort. A lot of time. I don't think I have the time for it anymore, honestly. The resource worlds are just incredible. And, Ludorev, if you didn't see the new teaser for the new update for Enshrouded, first person's coming to the game. So, we get that, which is awesome. Creative Grounded designs? The issue is that I'm already here, you know? My goal is to finish this build at some point, little by little. If I can get that far, I'd be very happy. I don't know if I could start over on like a new world or anything. I think that's too much to ask. If Grounded was a like new and up and coming game, yeah, of course. But I think the viewership is too low at this point to want to be like commit to a full new playthrough of any kind. Oh, we had a lot of ash cement as always. We just hadn't processed it. That's just the first teaser of the new update too. Yeah. Although I don't do what I do purely for viewers, it isn't fun streaming to no one. So I'd prefer to play a game that people want to watch. That has viewers, because that's the whole reason I started streaming was I was like, well, I'm already like doing this. I'm having so much fun building. Why not stream it and make something out of it, do something with it? I have fun, and get to like enjoy other people's company, help other people learn. Like it was like a twofold thing. If no one's watching, it's like what's the point? I'll just go back to playing by myself in the silence and just doing it for fun. Which I've invested too much time and effort into the whole stream thing to just give up at that point. So I'd rather just play games that have the viewership that I'm looking for. Some viewership, doesn't have to be crazy. But it's got to be something. Good. That's how it goes, you know? I want to set myself up to be able to play like just more than just one game. But if people enjoy me playing Grounded, I like the idea of throwing it in to streams every once in a while. We still have stuff to do, you know? I think a very small break from Enshrouded is not a negative thing either. Dang it. It's quite obvious I don't have the... I keep pressing all the wrong buttons. I'm like trying to hit R for rotate instead of just scrolling the mouse. There's so many things that are so different. It's very weird. Dude, I started in Enshrouded. I know this is so off topic for Grounded since that's what we're playing, but that's where I'm at. I started a little pre-design, I guess you could call it. Wow, that is laggy. Whew, that's rough. Blueprints look horrible. How did I deal with this? Settings on. Display low. Everything's low. There's nothing I could do. I started like a flame altar sort of idea to like create the lore around the whole concept of this base that I have, and it's pretty sick. I think it's gonna look really cool. I still have a lot to figure out, but I think I'm gonna do a video on it. I'm very excited about it. I've been trying to come up with the idea for a while. Hypothetically, Grounded 2 comes out. Obviously, you'll run through while streaming. Do you keep running that world once it's done, or do you switch to a creative build option? Wait, obviously you'll run through while you'll run through? What do you mean? Keep running that world once it's done, or do you switch to a creative build option? Elaborate. Are you saying like if it comes out, then I go to like like I'll run through the story and then go to creative? Is that what you're saying? I guess it depends. Like, I think it would drastically depend on... I think it would mostly depend on, like, what the farming situation is. I will say the grind was fun in some ways. Like, I don't enjoy it in Enshrouded for some reason. The farming situation in Enshrouded just to me is not as fun. So I guess it just depends on, like, how it all works, you know? This is also why I've questioned Grounded. Did you see how laggy? Is miserably, like, is my FPS feel like 0 when I'm doing these blueprints? To you guys too? Yeah, I just really, I really enjoy the Grounded farming mechanics for some reason. Wrong button again. So it's not as horrible, but it'd have to be in some way, shape, or form similar to how I have it set up now, where I was able, same with Enshrouded, like you can turn the resource respawn rates up. You can adjust them to make it bearable. If it doesn't have that ability, probably less interested in the whole thing, in the farming aspect. But I think there's too many unknowns at the end of the day, I think is the struggle to just say one or the other. I think if they allow for, at least like now, I have custom settings. So turning everything spawning every day doesn't suck. It gave me something to do. But like, if it's set up how the first couple of patches were done, where like no handy nat, no anything, I would be skeptical. I would go straight to custom game if they had handy nat or something along those lines. If not, the hard part is just creative builds do not do as well on YouTube. Like, I think if you look at See-Through's channel, you'll see that everything he called out on his base tours as, I think like Milkman did a base tour with him. An incredible build. I would put it on par with many of my things. It did horrific. It was done just barely after my video with See-Through, and it just did so bad on the viewership. And again, that's not the only thing that matters, but like, if the difference is like I'm making creative content and no one watches, and I'm making survival content and people do watch, I'd rather just go with survival, because that's what people want to see. And I do enjoy it, but hard to say. I feel like they couldn't take the handy nat out at this point. If they do, I think they would get a lot of grief. 100%. Absolutely. It's one of the, yeah, they've spoiled us at this point, so if they'd have to figure out something. They really would. It's too good. It's too good of an addition to not keep. Like Grounded, procedurally generated. I just want them to take Grounded, make it a procedurally generated world. If they did exactly that, and just kept adding biomes to a place that like looked like a massive backyard, like the same concept, but like Wendell bought a farm to retire, and then lets you do experiments in the backyard, and like has a team or something, something crazy like that. That would be sick. I think that's the hard part, is that I don't know how they... It's so story-based. So it's really hard to say like how they go about creating a world that works for more long-term. Because that's the only thing that I think... I mean, I know the game did exponentially more than they ever planned, and it was so much more popular than they ever planned. But I think the next, if they did a second version, I would really enjoy them taking a bit more time to think about the longevity of the game. I think that would be really cool. Because I think that's the biggest thing they missed with Grounded, is just like, holy cow, we didn't expect everyone to like hop on this game and just be obsessed. And it's not their fault. It's no one's fault that they didn't prepare, and like this random survival game that they had never done before like popped off. Like, you can't expect that sort of thing. So I get why they didn't necessarily plan further. But I think that would be really cool if they found a way to do that in the next one. Grounded on like 10 acres of backyard farmland. Dude, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Just that. And then like you can just make new flora and fauna and add new bugs and new biomes, and it would be so good. Just this game turned into survival. That's it. Would be the Minecraft killer. Lego Fortnite, same concept. Like, take a cool concept, turn it into a procedurally generated, incredible survival game. I think if they did that and stepped away from the story in some way, shape, or form, I think the game would be the best game ever made. Hands down, no questions asked. What's up, Grim? Yes, we are back and Grounded. I did the poll, and pretty much everyone said do whatever you're going to have the most fun with. But the people who didn't say that all voted for Grounded. So I thought, you know, I'll give them a day. I will give them a day, you know? This is off one. You're well, Timber and Lou, doing all right. Been a long day, hence the energy drink right here. It's been a long day. Kids are fun. They're really fun. They're just really exhausting. I mean, in theory, you could think of it. Holy crap, I never thought of Grounded on a farmland. That'd be amazing. Climbing sheep and fighting off lice and stuff. Yeah, Lego Fortnite had massive potential and they destroyed it. Exactly. That's because they made it into a profit game instead of made it into a good game. So it's unfortunate. Like, I don't... Completely off topic. I don't understand how a company that makes a game Lego Fortnite in general. Fortnite is a free-to-play game that you pay for BS in. How do you not look at models like League of Legends, Valorant, that are some of the most successful games ever made, like in terms of profit and longevity? Like, League's longevity is insane. Completely free. People waste their money on stupid skins. And more power to them at the end of the day. If you want to spend your money on skins, have a blast. Do it. If you got the money, do it. I spent at least $60 on all those types of games to support the game I was enjoying playing. But like, how do you look at those models and just get so greedy is what I'll never understand. And just ruin it. Lego Fortnite had more potential than a lot of games, and they just totally ruined it. They made the whole point of the game into a monetization. You build things, and they ruined it. I'm like, how are you that dumb? But yeah, back to it. Grounded on farmland. Mini I hate capitalism moment rant over. Back to the fun stuff. Yeah, Grounded on farmland. Hey, Harley, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Keep trying Lego Fortnite again. It's like an abusive relationship at this point. I'm not getting the message. Right? That's how it feels. Is they're in it for the money and not for the gamers. See, that's what I'm confused about, though, is like, and that's the issue when you have not gamers making games, because they just totally miss the point. Like, absolutely. Because that's my point, is like, League of Legends isn't even like good anymore. Like, it's just the same crap over and over again. And people still eat it up. And I'm like, how do you not understand that, like, if you make a game really good and that they can play it forever, people will just play it forever. I had to join the crowd since everybody's on Twitch. Oh, it's Harley. Yeah. Awesome. It is the dark side. It really is. Yeah, I just never understood gaming companies like not understanding that concept. Like, there's so many free-to-play games that make so much money that like it does it itself. You don't have to make it so complicated, I think, is what confuses me. Like, as soon as you make it about making money, that's when you lose gamers. When you make it about making the best game possible, the gamers will fund you forever. Like, we've proven that we will spend money on great things, and we will spend a lot of it. And hell, a lot of gamers make a lot of money these days. Like, it's turned into like a lot of people are gamers. They're like extremely intelligent, very hardworking, diligent, like, and they get it. They play games to like blow off steam. They enjoy the gaming industry, and I can't understand that mindset. How do you look at a game like Grounded that wasn't even supposed to be successful and see how successful it was and not continue the pattern? How do you not understand those concepts as a business? Is, I think, what kind of always has blown my mind. for like the amount of money in those gaming companies. They sure are stupid. It's the issue. You just business people buy video game developers and then ruin everything. Because they think that that developer was good because they make money. They made a lot of money, and they forget that the game being good is why the people made the game money. But yeah, you know, that being said, gamers/builders, I think, are definitely hard workers. We build for the love of it, 100%. I think if you give us a platform, we'll take off on it. I'll support anything. I mean, that's why I'm so happy with Enshrouded. Like, it's that feeling that Grounded gave me, where like new content, every time I tell them something, they listen. I've complained so many times about first person. What are they doing? They're adding first person. Like everything that's the game needs, you tell the developer and they do it. Grounded was the same way. I tell them like, hey, we need a quarter triangle. What do? They add a quarter triangle block. Like it's just that simple at the end of the day. And I'll just never understand why they have to overcomplicate things. Saddest thing is, I mean, Grounded couldn't have done more. They hit their limits. They did what they could do with the limits of the game engine in the older consoles, but just wish it kept going. I would have paid for DLC after DLC after DLC. I would have paid for every update as a full $30 DLC, hands down. No question about it. Quarter triangle, quarter wall, half wall, and 20 million other pieces? Exactly. They added all of it. They couldn't go forever, and I don't blame them. It's not how they don't get to make that decision at the end of the day. Speaking of, I must commend you, Timber, for the 40-minute YouTube video. As you said, making a short video with 100 cuts and edits takes a long time to make and is quick for the viewer. Yeah. But me personally, building takes a long time. A true gamer into building will have the patience and attention span for a long-form content. You must have seen my rant to Velocity is what I'm taking from that statement. I'm assuming, at least. I think it's like who am I gearing my content towards? There's long form chill content people, and was gonna add to fuel to fire. Get it? Yeah. I mean, for me, it's just like I think there's, as I said, I think there's more than one way to skin a cat, and I hate that term and that phrase, but it's like, if I've learned anything from the past year and a half, 2 years, very on and off and stuff, doing content, is that it's not the type of content you make, it's just the quality. And quality isn't like, some people don't have the attention span to sit and watch a video that doesn't have 7,000 cuts and just like keeps your attention by BSing you over and over again and use clickbait. And for those people, that's fine. Like they get to like whatever they want. I could care less. But I think my content is geared more to the person that like wants to chill and build, and the specific vibes that I want to give off. And so, you know, have no problem. Like, I want to create my niche in the game, the building world of games, and I would have no problem sticking to those guns at this point in time. I think that's exactly how I feel about it. Like, I could sit and edit, and I don't have the time, first off, is the big thing. And like, Velocity is a young guy who, when I was young, that's the type of stuff I wanted to watch too. So it's like, I 100% understand his perspective and why that content is successful, because he's 100% right. But like, I watch a dude that plays the same game every single day, Slay the Spire, and he just is a chill guy. He's like an ex chemistry or biology teacher, super intelligent. He just teaches people how to play a game that he absolutely loves, and then he posts the 1.5 hour long VODs. Essentially, he edits out like the time in between the different runs that he does. So it's just like one run, but he doesn't edit out any of the points. Like he just talks for an hour and 45 minutes sometimes about the run and about what he's doing, and he teaches, and it's this super repetitive process, and every one of his videos gets like 50 or 60,000 views. And so I'm like, if that dude can play that game endlessly for the rest of all time, like I can build chill vibes and create some success off of it, especially like Luderav. I'll take quality over quantity every day. Yeah, and it's like the quality, I think there's two ways you can do it. You can have really bad content that doesn't teach you anything, but the editing and the like fluff makes it seem like quality, which I think is what a lot of YouTube is it's really low quality content with high quality editing and production value, and it tricks you into thinking that it's good content, where it's just perpetuating your TikTok, YouTube short attention span like concepts, like that way of thinking and that way of life. And I'm trying to get away from like being stuck on TikTok and watching YouTube shorts for hours and hours just doing nothing. I don't want that like addictive quality. I want to make something really interesting and let the build speak for itself. Let my educational like aspect. I'd rather teach one person, as I said, I'd rather teach one person in a video to do something great that they couldn't do before than have a million people gain nothing from my content, you know? And I think in the long run, that has just as much value and potential to grow in the creator space as the garbage, high edited, high production value, not as interesting, not as useful content. But I mean, to each their own at the end of the day. I just got to stick with what I like. That's why I like your stuff in Discord. You're not trying to tell us what or how to build. You're trying to make a conversation, a community, and we're all in it together. 100%. Yeah. Like, I think it's a more difficult way to organically grow over time with, because you're not going to get the like, this video went viral. But the perfect example is I watch who Luderav knows. Was it you? One of you guys posted Chisel Chips. Yeah, the bridge video from Chisel Chip. Dude, he has a live stream of building a tiny little hobbit house in Enshrouded. It's almost got 700,000 views now. A 3.5, 4 hour stream has 600,000 or 700,000 views. Do you know how much money that long of content makes versus a 10-minute video that gets 10 million views? It's the difference between like a couple $100 on 1 million to 5 million views to a couple $1,000. Like it's a huge difference, because you didn't make like the short content with tons of views gets like one add-on opportunity, whereas the long form content that maybe gets less views gets exponentially more ads played. So it's like you're creating something better, something that took more time, something that wasn't just about pumping out crap. And if people resonate with that, it does so much better in the long run. And I'd rather like invest in the long run, especially, I mean, like the Minecraft guys, like the viewership isn't necessarily there, like I was saying, comparatively to the Minecraft dudes, but watching Wax Fraud, all he does is long form. There's like almost no editing. He cuts out like, oh, I gotta run back and get this some more materials or something. He adds some of that stuff in too, but if like he's in the middle of something and he's got to go get it, he just cuts it real quick and then it's like right back to building. And that's all the editing he does. There's no fancy transitions, there's no fluff, there's no crap. There's just him building and him playing Minecraft, and that is 366,000 subscribers or so I think he's got. And I'm like, that is like the definition of like Joy was Fraud's content. I didn't even like Minecraft. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying is like, if you create the right vibe, people will watch. It doesn't matter what game you play. Now, it has to be not a horrible game, so any game that's good. But the fact that like I had people watching my Enshrouded streams and half of them don't even have Enshrouded, like there's something behind that it's people are coming for the knowledge and the skill, not just the game. And like, if I don't enjoy the game I'm playing, there's just no point. There's literally no point in doing it if you don't enjoy the game. You'll just hate your life. So I'd rather have fun doing what I'm doing, and the people come when they come. I need 100% from a stranger in New Zealand, man. Yeah, it's a longer road to grow organically, but you're not faking any facade. That is a chore to keep up with. Sincerity and substance, yeah. And I think the world, this is a little philosophical or whatever, but I think the world needs more sincerity and substance. I think like we've gone so far away from like what actually matters in life. Like, this video game doesn't matter, but it brings me joy. It brings you guys joy. It's changed people's lives. It's brought people together. Like, it's done something incredible. And the world needs so much more of that, really, at the end of the day. And so if I can bring a little slice of that pie, then that's what I'll do. The world has enough 30-second video. Yeah, exactly. Am I flying up? What's happening? Yeah, the world has enough garbage that I don't want to continue to add to it. Not to say that some of my stuff isn't garbage, but that's just trial and error. And honestly, like, this has nothing against Velocity in any way, shape, or form. He's just young 20... Not young 20. Low 20s. It's a different perspective in life, I think. Like, I have a kid, I have a wife, I have a job. I'm just like, my life is so... It's exponentially sped up, but it is so slow now. Like, I'm not going out and partying. I'm not going out and, like, getting together with friends every day. Like, I just don't do that anymore. Like, my life is chilled down. It's slowed down. And I think those are the people I'm, looking to attract to this content at the end of the day. Because they're the people who are in the same point in life as me at the end of the day. Because yeah, I've just seen so many people make chill content that does so incredibly well, and I think the world needs that. It's what I like, and if other people don't like it, hey, sucks. It's life. Not everyone's gonna like you. I've definitely learned that. My goal in life is not to please everyone else. What is it? This one. It's kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe I do like it. Just kind of clean it up a little bit. Except I forgot I hate these little stairs. They suck. They flip around. So I'm going to pick your brain. Any ideas what's going in the courtyard? It's like water garden. It was your idea. I think if I remember correctly, you were like, what if you did like a cool like garden or something? So I'm thinking in terms of water garden. I just don't. We're going to build the outside and kind of see how this comes together. The goal being, I'm going to come in sort of like, I mean, maybe there'll be like planter boxes, and then I want this sort of, I really, really like the idea of like utilizing these curves in an interesting path. The issue is that they don't really make a path very well because of that. So I'm not sure how this is going to work. It's going to be an experiment for sure. But I mean, that's working. So I think there's going to be some meanderingness path thing. And then we're going to figure out, so I raised it one level with the hope that we can come in with some of these and like place them underneath. And then some things will be popping through. Some things will like drop down maybe. Like maybe this will be like open underneath and I guess have like, I don't know, something like that. And then plants, mushrooms. I'm not totally sure. I just really liked the idea of this sort of meandering path thing through here, and then creating some type of greenery and green space within it. So where that goes, I don't know. It might just be like a big old line of mushrooms, The red ones probably. I think the brown ones are just too big. I wish they had a smaller version of this. Just like right about there. Which I think is actually how a lot of them are. I wish they grew as both sizes. They never do though. Yeah. That's the goal. Some type of garden thing. Just fill up the space, look cool. I want to see what these mushrooms look like if I can find them. Where are they all? I don't remember though. Dude, who killed all the grass here? Some psycho must have played this game and just mowed the lawn down too short. Weird. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, like why don't they have all four of these? It's like three different sizes? 4 different sizes? 3 sizes. Yeah. If they had these 2 sizes, oh, that would be so nice. That'd be really nice. There's our 3 different. That looks a little smaller, but eh. Too little, too late. The weird thing is the weed stems are so it is actually, whenever you're trying to use weed killer, it kills everything but the weeds, so they just come back. So this is actually pretty accurate for how it works. This is exactly what my yard looks like after using weed killer and stuff. That's the vibe, yeah. That's exactly how it feels. So I guess if we were gonna do this, we'd probably do like an edge and then a gap, maybe. And then like wheat mushrooms all throughout there. Sort of give it a cool feel. Oh my gosh, that is bad. Okay, grounded. That is some leg if I've ever seen it. Holy cow. That is, moving items is just miserable, dude. Actually, should be the crenellated ones or whatever. How bad is that FPS drop when I'm using blueprints for you guys? I feel like it's really bad. Like hard to watch. It hurts my eyes doing this. Was the reason I had to give mine up. The FPS drops. Is that what you're saying? It's bad. I mean, I can't imagine that yours wasn't way worse than mine, because you have way more like just items and stuff, because you have so many builds, so much more decor. Yeah, the leg, yeah. It's definitely, we're close. Like, I'm not sure how much more the game can handle at this point. It's getting really close to just crashing constantly. Like, this is bad. That's another reason I think I wanted to like stop Grounded, is I was like, it's getting to a point where it's like, for the viewer, I don't even know if this is good anymore. I know people want to see me build in this game, so it's like, I enjoy it. I still love it, but I want it to be like high quality still. Started to crash randomly, so I was like, okay, new game, yeah. I mean, it goes through like phases where everything works great, and then I'll just get crashes randomly. But as soon as we hit that level, it's done forever, unfortunately. It's not great, but it's still playable. But yeah, we're close. I don't know how much longer the game's gonna allow me to keep doing this. Times when I try to move an object already built on my castle, it takes 30 seconds to a minute before it allows me the option to move. Dude, I can only imagine. Your base is crazy big too, so I can definitely see that. It's rough. It sucks. Like, it really sucks that to get to that point. Guess I want it to be symmetrical. Yeah. More room's not necessarily bad. It's a bummer. It's a bummer to put this much effort into a game and have it eventually just die. Which is kind of what I want to do to Enshrouded too. I can't tell you how many views, not that any of my streams get insane amounts of views like the 600,000 I was talking about, but I have a lot of just like clickbaity random stream titles that were like, this is breaking the game. It was like, because I got to that point where I was like, it was literally breaking the game. So it was being like truthful and honest, which was part of the brand, you know? I try not to use any necessary clickbait. I try to make clickbaity titles that I follow through with. And that was the best part about Grounded literally breaking, is because I could just literally say, I'm breaking Grounded, this build's so big. I mean, to be fair, there's a buttload of time in it, so it's understandable. Yeah. I mean, I pushed the game to its absolute limits, so I expected things to start doing that over time. I mean, just the mushroom wall that goes around the whole exterior here is more pieces than most people would use ever. I mean, I literally have more pieces in this wall than most people's entire worlds have, so just the foundations that we have are insane. It's so much stuff in this place. And then you have to think the pagoda base is over there with one of every single item, at least one of every single item in the game, if not 10. And the lighting is still, I think that's my big problem. I can't bring myself to delete it though. Like, if I got to the point where I had to start deleting this, like, it's not worth it to me anymore. This is too perfect to ever touch. I can never bring myself to doing it, like taking this lighting out. It's too good. Like, it's incredible. It's so perfect. Can't bring myself to do that. This too. This build specifically, this is ruining my game. I guarantee this is a big, big factor in it because of all these blueprints. These things take up a ton. And then you got these are all lights. There's thousands of little pieces, thousands of these, hundreds and thousands of these quarter blocks. There's just so much stuff. Chests, lights everywhere. There's lights hidden back in these things across every portion. There's lights in the poles like or columns, like there's just so much stuff. But I can't bring, it'll ruin me to get rid of that stuff, so save it to come back to on occasion just to tour around and look at everything. Oh, of course, I'll never get rid of it. Never. At some point, I need to save a world backup at some point, so I can always look at it. I mean, the goal would be like Grounded 2 gets announced, and then I would like come back and play for a while, add that in, which would be really fun. I'd love the ability to eventually come back and like hop back in the world when it's coming out. I think it'd be quite fun. Get it all lined up. I still need to do your base tour, dude. I hate how busy my life is. It's the worst. I just want more time. All I want to do is stream and build cool things. Why's life gotta be so busy? That stupid job. How did I do that? Oh, okay. Do those after. I mean, my goal, and I guess I have videos and stuff of all of this, but I'd love to be able to like come back and show my son some of this stuff eventually. Jeez. So laggy. Where's this start? One, two, three. Grounded 2 comes in on a whole new level and allows you to just transfer your world from the first one, runs without a hitch with next-gen hardware. Dude, I'd cry. That would be absolutely wonderful. Don't get my hopes up, Lude. No, really, the only thing I want is Grounded 2 to be a more... a game designed more for longevity. That's what I want them to figure out. Is how do you make... If they can't figure out how to make it not just a story game... New Game Plus was close. I think it was just New Game Plus was added too late. Which is fine. That's life. I can't do much, but just continue with all new places. Honestly, I just want them to turn Grounded into a procedurally generated game. That's all I need in my life. I need nothing else. I would play Grounded forever if that was the case. And not necessarily have issues with like starting over as well. I am not the type of person that likes starting games over at all. I very much struggle with starting over in any way, shape, or form. It's not enjoyable to me. I love the ability to continually grow and add on. I knew this path was going to get weird. They're just not quite made to work this way. That's just so... like it would need to go here, and it gets so weird. Shape just doesn't work. Guess loosey-goosey? But if I could bring my world over, I would be a very happy person. There just needs to be a sandbox somewhere in this procedurally generated world. I think, although it's very thin, I kind of like the way I was doing it at first. I like the too wide option, it's just not working. But honestly, at this point, I'd take anything Grounded. I don't really care. I act like I'd be picky. I wouldn't. In no way, shape, or form would I actually be picky. I'd take whatever they give me. They could just slap Grounded 2 on the title and make this game again, and I'd probably buy it. Sort of what they did with the weapons. The New Game Plus weapons. Just slapped a new texture on it and called it a new weapon. I would take that right now. That's where I am. As far as my tour, just like I've said, just let me know when you're free. Yeah, I will. Yeah, it's hard finding. I just my son doesn't go to bed until 8 or later right now. Like, I'm pretty sure he just fell asleep. I think what my wife texted me at 8:15 asking where the baby monitor was because I left it downstairs on accident, and like, so he was asleep at 8:15. So it's like I can't even start thinking about doing the tour till he's asleep, and I'm like, that it just makes it so hard to get anything done. As much as I'd love to just be like, hey babe, you got this every night, like, it's exhausting putting a kid to sleep. It's not fun, and I can't just like leave it to her every night. The only reason she's willing to do it most nights is because I tend to watch him a lot more during the day than she does because of my work schedule. So I'm able to survive a little bit. I know you're all good with it. That's just me ranting about kids being hard. Monday and Tuesday this coming week, so if you're free Sunday night after the kiddo passes out, I'm game. I could probably do Sunday night. That would be pretty easy. If you want to do Sunday, we can make it work. Should just be here doing nothing. Yeah. 19. Yeah, nothing. We could plan for Sunday. If you game. That's his block. Okay. Leg, go away. Come again another day. I didn't think about how thick this was. Crap. I'd have to move that back one. That's why I was doing that. It's a little tight. I guess we could move that over. And this becomes the walkway. What's this look like? I'm trying to figure out what the heck to do with this stupid little area for so long. Either just stairs go like that. Up at 4 a.m. schedule makes it rough on my end, but having them days off, I'll definitely game. Yeah. I mean, that's why it's like, I've been like... As much as I want to do the tour, I'm like, I don't want you to feel like you have to stay up super freaking late to do this tour for my channel. But your stuff's too good not to like show it off. How's this all land? And if we did this to what's here, that acceptable. 1 block walkthrough. So it forces you to walk in. Maybe we make that part of the design. Dude, up at 4 a.m. though, that's rough. That's really rough. I have these like precedent images of like water gardens and stuff, and there's just no water in grounded, and it's making it tough. Then there's not a half hour of mic issues, right? Dude, every time. Literally every time. Also need these. 1.5. Where it starts. This goes flat. What am I doing? Remember, haven't been in for a little while. You're on grounded. Hey, John, what's up? How's it going? Doing good, and yes, the people voted. The people spoke, and they wanted to see some grounded. So I'm here to give it a shot. It sounded kind of fun. It had been maybe a little too long, you know? One more. As you can see, my game is slowly breaking though. 1.5. Hello? That's where it starts, I think. Right? Then it's 1 block. Something to add to Grounded 2 as a building item? Please, dude. I know they talked about it like getting added to playgrounds. I can't blame them at this point. I know how hard it is to like implement those types of things, so I fully understand why they did not get added in the long run, but man, water would have been incredible. And so just build 3 full blocks. Why? Get 1 off. Oops. We'll just hope for Grounded 2 to have everything we ever dreamed of, you know? Guess, does it really matter? Will it drive me nuts? It might. I guess we could do this wall 1 over. It's technically, that's not that difficult because it's a double-sided wall. Alright, let's do that. That saves me 1 block on that side as well, which is, I think, good. Means these go here. That goes there. Ditch those. Yeah, I just want Grounded too. I just want more Grounded in any way, shape, or form. Gonna be a minute though, so we're gonna have to settle with Enshrouded and Subnautica 2 for the short term. Please. Actually, where'd that go? Alright, moving blocks is not the play. And another wall. Took a break from Grounded as well, though. Kind of got burnt out. I definitely was there. I knew I had this like crazy run that I don't know if I could ever like duplicate. Where like we went from, once I get these moved, I'll set it for Enshrouded. I need to get back into it, but I started a 4th run on Baldur's Gate 3. I found the mods, so I just want to build. That's all I want to do in life right now. It's what I'm having the most fun with. But we started with a very crude version of this tower. None of this. Crude version of this exterior wall. A really crappy castle. And then this outer wall. And some crap foundations that went to like here. And just did this little area. None of this was built. None of the fancy stuff. None of this. A little bit of this, and these stairs were built. Nothing was up there. None of this existed. This didn't exist. This, that. Most of this stuff changed. The details weren't there. I started to that, and it was like this crazy 6+ month run, maybe, of just like pure, unadulterated fun. Of like, I was like, something about this build just sparked this like absolute sense of creativity and passion that I have never felt before. Like motivation to just go. Whereas like the pagoda base, I got burnt out so many times building that pagoda base. There were like months where I had to put it down and just couldn't do it anymore. And it was like something like a switch flipped around the 1.2 update where they added the small quarter pieces and all that and the vertical stuff, where like my creativity like blew up, and I've never been able to recreate that sense of like just absolute drive to continue a build of any kind like that. I'm amazed that it took me so long to get burnt out. That's actually just a single. And then it hit me after after a little while. It hit me pretty hard. Like hit this certain level where I just was like, dude, I don't know what to do anymore. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Is it J Rose? Is that good? Is that what I should call you? Or J Rose Chin? Is that correct? Hope you're doing good. But yeah, I just, like, it was this massive, and then, like, it was like, right, we finished this, we did the jail underneath, we finished this housing district, we did the whole market. Like, I think that's part of it, is my game started crashing really consistently, and I was getting really frustrated because I couldn't do what I wanted to do. And so I had to spend a bunch of time, like, formatting my world and getting things cleaned up and deleting things, extra stuff. It was just, like, frustrating. Even Rose? Cool. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah. That's right around the time I switched to Enshrouded. I was just like, I don't know what I want to do anymore. Because it's just houses. Like, we have houses to fill in, we have houses to fill in, we have houses to fill in. Little stuff, little details. We had this little thing. It was like we were so close, but I just hit this level of, like, I finished all the really, really cool stuff. And then I was just left with these boring little houses, which I think add an amazing effect to this whole build. Like, I'm extremely happy with how these look, but they're not as interesting as building that or this. These are passion projects, all these big things. And these are just there to fill in the void at the end of the day in a way that they're just not as fun. They're cool. I really like the way this is all looking with all the houses filled in and stuff. I didn't know I put lights in there. But I got a little motivation back, so we might revisit Grounded here and there a bit more. Hard to say. It really depends on how far the world is going to let me go, because I just foresee many crashes in our near future. It's as sad as that is. Fill that in too. It doesn't really matter, but whatever. It does feel good to be back, though. Here and there. Something like I want to throw in. Because it also adds this element of, like, it helps me not get burnt out on Enshrouded either, which I really don't want to do. The nice thing about Enshrouded is being in early access, we're still getting lots of content. So, as long as I'm getting content, it's a lot harder to get burned out quickly. But the big difference is I don't play the story of Enshrouded the way I played the story of Grounded. What am I doing? Oh, this needs to be a double block. That's what's wrong. Except it's not a double block. Just these. Cool. In an ideal world, I would definitely be able to play lots of building games at once. And just slowly work through progress on all of them. Hard part is getting really good at many building games at once is very difficult. That's why I think a lot of Minecraft people only make Minecraft videos, and a lot of Valheim people only make Valheim. Hey, Harley with the tier 1. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Actually, don't hate that. Is that right? That looks right, I think. I'm sure it's 3 wide. Before I go crazy, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yep. And I don't hate that. Little. Fill that in a little bit. Maybe add a floor. Eh. Why not? Now I just need to get to the point where I have time to work on custom announcements and stuff. Or alerts. Not announcements, alerts. We get some cool things. Pretty basic right now. Just the random pre-made ones. I guess that works, but it's gonna bug me. It's not the same. And it's dark. I wish I had bigger, cooler builds to work on in Grounded. That would incentivize me. So like I did a Let's Build episode of this. That I know I did this, or this, I did this like level of the tower, which was really fun. Did I ever even post? I don't know if I ever posted the other one. Let's see. I don't think I did. I don't think I ever got to editing it because it ended up being a lot. No, I don't think I did. Might be worth going back and just making that video. I don't know. It's the hard part going back. Timber, I miss your stream so much. What's up? How's it going? Hope you're doing good. Long time no see. Just post it raw. It has to be edited. There's so much, like, there's so many different things going on. It was a really weird one. New game plus 22? What the heck? That's insane. How have you not lost your mind? Is what I want to know. Because I would be in a mental hospital at New Game plus 22, dude. Like, literally in a mental hospital. I don't think I could do it. I'd be malding. I'm also way too horrible at combat to actually get to that level. Don't even know if I could get to New Game plus 22, honestly. Unless I turned it to like mild, and even then, I don't know. On a small break for about a month, that'll do it. Why? Why did I do that? Just to line it up with that, I guess? Oh, that's why. Because I just did this. right? 6 of those. Glad you enjoy the game enough to get to new game plus 22 though. That's awesome. Dedication. I think I'm on 6. And I don't think I could move past 6. I got everything I wanted out of New Game Plus, I think. I just wanted one of everything, so I had to get all the new items and everything before I could call it. I visited your channel. I was expecting an Uncharted stream, but was thrilled to see a Grounded thumbnail. Yeah. I did a little community poll, and the vast majority of people voted for Grounded, so I thought I'd throw one in. I'm not sure if it's going to be something that continues necessarily, as it's getting really, really laggy. Missed you too. Glad to have you back. I've been very much enjoying Enshrouded, so it's quite hard to put down because the building's so good, but I like the idea of some variety in the stream as well. Like, I definitely don't want to just get stuck in one game forever. That's how this works, okay. In a perfect world, I'd be able to stream 5 days a week, and that would just be how it worked. 5 days a week, do 2 or 3 days of Enshrouded, 2 or 3 days of another game, 2 or 3 days of Grounded, whatever. But we're not there yet. Just time. Until they announce Grounded 2, at least. Then I'll sacrifice my life for that one. I do like a little bit of variety, though. I'm enjoying switching it up. Still watch you play Enshrouded just so I can chill in the chat? Nice. 5 days a week and 6 hours a day? Dude, I could do that in my sleep. I would have so much fun streaming 6 hours a day and working on a video, like not working my full-time job. That's boring. Far too boring. This would be a way more fun job. More difficult, but to be successful, it's a different type of difficult. Am I one off? Yeah, I am. I originally only streamed Grounded, but now I just play whatever the F I want, and if people come by and chat, all good. Gaming is meant to be fun. To keep the variety going and not feel pressured to play something, yeah. I mean, the nice thing is I never felt pressured, but I mean, all I streamed was Grounded. I don't think I've had anyone complain, luckily. I had one person in the Discord complain that I didn't make a specific video yet, but that's it. It's the only complaint I've had. And that's more them not understanding life. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Like, why does this side look wrong? It's not that. How's the new year? Good. Very busy. To say the least. But good. New year, new me, man. That specific vid would be almost impossible. It's just not worth it, I think, is the struggle. As much as I love the Pagoda base, like, the amount of effort it takes to make that video versus the amount of, like, people that still want that video is, like, 10 people. It's like, it's not worth spending a week or two of my life making a video for now, like, 5 to 10 people. And maybe some other people end up watching it, but it's probably unlikely. I have to want to make the video, and at this point I have no desire to anymore, unfortunately, for that person. That's life, though. Can't please everyone, and I'm alright with that. It's the only shittiness, excuse the French, I've seen in your Discord. I held back my fingertips but wanted to be like, dude, Timber's a human being. That's the thing. I have no problem standing up for myself. Like, I've never been someone who's just going to be like, I'm courteous and kind whenever I can be, because, like, everyone that joins my Discord and my channel and supports me in any way, shape, or form is, like, the reason I can do this at all. So it's like, I want to give everyone a fair shake of things, but I don't do this for everyone else. I do this because I enjoy it, and other people seem to enjoy it as well. But the second I start doing it just because people want me to is the second I stop having fun. And I also have as someone who was a young dude at one point in my life, not that 32 is necessarily like the oldest person alive or anything, but I was once young and gung-ho and feisty. In my opinion, was the only one that mattered. So I understand those like people, and I can't expect some random person on the internet to understand how difficult and time consuming it is to have a child, especially one that currently does not sleep at all. Like, he fights sleep so freaking hard right now. Like, we went from having a kid that went to bed at 7 o'clock every single night to a kid that will fight until 12. And, like, he'll scream and kick and cry, and it's a rough time. And until I'm out of that, like, it's a whatever I can do, I'm going to do to the best of my abilities right now, but I can't force it. Oops. And that's okay. Like, it's like Velocity in the same way. Like, he's not in the point of life that I'm in. And some people are, and some people aren't. Some people understand that, like, life can get insane and you have the time you have, and this isn't a full-time thing for me. And other people are in a different point of life, and that's all good. Like, we all come from different places. We're all at different points. It's all good. So I'm not going to get mad at someone, but doesn't mean it's going to make me do something like getting frustrated. I also learned that is getting mad is never it's not the solution anymore. I can get mad all I want, but screaming, kicking, and crying is what my 2-year-old does, and it just doesn't work. All it does is enrage people, and I've learned that now. Took some time. Took a couple years. We're all twisted and demented like you, Timber. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna find the group of the crazy weirdos that just sit and build stuff all day long, and that's what they do, and they're happy, and they're their own thing, and what I have to offer is what they want, and they're along for the ride if they're along for the ride. And at the end of the day, I don't want people that don't understand that concept necessarily here all the time. That's why I don't play Minecraft, because I don't want 10-year-olds like running in chat and going insane and just being fools and stuff. Like, that's not where I am anymore. Handful of years ago, that's exactly what I wanted to do. And no hate to those 10-year-olds. They get to do whatever they want and have time for. Been a chill guy since 8th grade. I also have a little one. Kind of crazy vibes, dude. Kind of crazy vibes. I love crazy. But yeah, he had those crazy vibes. Honestly, I love that we have so many, like, my main demographic is the, like, late 20s, early 30s of people. And I think those people get it. They understand where I am in life currently, and I like surrounding myself with that kind of community right now. No problem with anyone younger or anything. But I think the majority of people who understand my content and stuff are people that are kind of in similar situations in life. Have kids, young kids. It's just a different time. It's a very different time in life. A difficult time, that's for sure. And maybe one day I have that time to build and do every video I possibly could think of, but almost 40 here, but you know, I'd never guess you're 40, man. So, I mean, that's a good thing. You want people to think you're younger than you are. One. I mean, that's the whole goal of a community, is finding like-minded people that are interested in the same things you are, and then you build a community around it. And we have a pretty good one. Small, but growing. I will say, I am so much faster at building Ungrounded than I am in Shrouded, though. This stuff just comes naturally at this point with so many hours in this game. I haven't played in months, and it's like right back in home. Yeah, 35 for me, but I'll put myself in that late 20s demo you mentioned. 43 for Harley. Yeah. All right there. My wife has always said that we are kind of like, I lived, like, my parents retired, and they were like, hey, so if you guys want to save a bunch of money, we'll let you rent the house we grew up in, and as long as you let your brother live there, so he can have cheap rent and you can take care of him, essentially. Because my brother's great, but he wasn't necessarily the most, like, active, responsible person you've ever met. He's also a video game nerd like me, but slightly less productive, and that's in the sense of everything. And I was like, cool, let's do it. And then my wife's brother moved in with us. And so we were literally just the parents. Like, they literally just called us mom and dad. So I've always sort of been the dad in the group. It's very fitting for me. It's like, I feel like I've always been seen that in that sense. I mean, I was a child when I was a child, of course, but getting into college and stuff, I had a lot of friends that were a year or two younger than me, so I was always just dad. And I'm all right with that. Someone's got to be the dad, you know? Take care of everyone when they're drunk. All the fun stuff. I ain't got no problem with being the parent. Except when it's a parent for my kid. There's way harder. It's just way harder to be a parent for your own child. There's so much work. 2 has been so fun. He's not 2. He's 2 in April, but this age has been so fun because he's so freaking cute. But my God, like, we went to Hobby Lobby tonight, and the kid, everything. He grabbed everything off the shelf. As you found out, there's no adult in the room trouble starts. Yeah, that's life. That is 100% the truth. Dude, he touched he just picked up everything off the shelf. Like, it was all just free game, and he just was like going insane in this store. And not like a bad way, but like, he just picks everything up and leaves a tornado behind him. That I'm stuck cleaning up, and then like I turn around for 2 seconds, he like drops something on the ground, I grab it, pick it up, set it down, turn around, he picked up this, I wouldn't call it ceramic, but this like fragile plastic type material basketball, and just tosses it up in the air. It hits the ground and shatters into a million pieces, and this lady with her kid walks by and just laughs, and I'm like, I hate my life, dude. Like, what am I supposed to do here? So I'm trying to pick up all these pieces, and like people are watching. I was like, I feel like it was so embarrassing, but so funny. At least I was like, at least she was just laughing. Like, she gave me that, like, I know you're feeling. I know the feeling where you are right now. It's rough. Because he was a menace. And it's the worst because he's so freaking cute when he's a menace, though. That's where he gets you. So then I'm trying to do like figure it out, and then he's like pocketing stuff and just grabbing things and walking off with it. It was like, oh my gosh, so overwhelming after a long day of work. And I was like, why did I suggest we go to the store? What was I thinking? It was a dumb idea. Mistakes were made. But it was also very fun. It's just a different season of life. It's so dark. That you can't punish them without regretting it. Yeah, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like the lady was like, because then my wife walks over and like sees the lady and she's like, he thought like it looks like a real basketball. Like how can you blame, like who puts a ceramic like basketball on the bottom shelf next to all the kids' toys? That's the store's fault. It's not my fault. Like, what am I supposed to do if you create something that looks like a toy a kid would bounce on the ground and then you put it right at the sight of a 2-year-old? Like, you're expecting them to pick that up and chuck it on the ground. There's just no other option. That's the only thing that's going to happen there. And I'm like, what store does that? Who puts all the break? I was like, everything breakable I also noticed tonight. Because he's just at a slightly different phase than he's been since we've gone out and done stuff like that. We don't go to the store all that often. Try not to spend a bunch of money or anything, so that is part of it. But I'm like, everything, the mugs, the glassware, the everything was down on the floor like that. And I'm like, who the heck decided this was a good idea? And I would have stuck him in a backpack. It wasn't like timeout, but I was like, okay, you're going in the cart for a few minutes because I need a breather. Like, I'm losing it. Just chasing him around like a doofus. Just like my whole world is being run by a 2-year-old psychopath. I'm like, I can't handle him breaking more things right now. I'm going to lose it. And when it broke, it was like the cutest thing because he just looks at me like, why did it do that? Why didn't it bounce? And I'm like, I know, bud. I can't blame you. I thought it was a real basketball before you picked it up, and then it wasn't. It was not a real basketball. We've quickly figured that out. How are you gonna get mad at a kid for a store being that dumb? They're just asking for things to get broken when they do that. To say the least, it was an eventful night. I need to process lint. I'm gonna run out doing all this. I'm happy though. I have my you can't see it now, but I got a new frame for my signed Pele jersey. If you know soccer, then you'll know that. Otherwise, you'll have no clue who I'm talking about. But I was very happy. It was hard to be mad because I got something I've been wanting for a while. Been working on a city on the pond before I started the break from Grounded. I plan to finish it when I start playing again. Nice. Moments like that or make being a parent all worth it, right? Yeah, it feels very not worth it, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you're like, this is the best thing I've ever done. And then the next minute, you're losing your mind, and you're like, it's a very polarizing thing. Very polarizing to be a parent. Like after a long day, it's just rough, but at the same time, it's so fun. I've seen a couple people build things on the pond. You can do some pretty cool stuff on there. Should definitely post pictures in the Discord when you start working on it again. There may not be as many grounded builders as there once was, but there's still good grounded builders on that Discord. Should be, I think we're doing a tour this weekend as well of Ludorav's base, so wait. I already had it built high enough. What am I doing? Yeah, it's just one. I still chill in the grounded Discord most days. Chill, but like I tend to check it most days at one point or another. I like seeing what people are talking about on it. Gives you a good measure of like how many people are still playing the game. Which, I mean, not a million, but some. During December, the game gained noticeable popularity. Interesting. It's so surprising because it's been out for so long now. It's like, it's by no means a new game. It's like 6 years, 4 or 5, almost 6 years into like develop through everything now. Final tour of this base. I'm done building in it and done showing it off. Timber gets the final tour. Let's go. The dynamic build duo. Finishing it off strong, you know? Alright. Yeah. Means this is wrong. Cool. Hello? Give me the right block. I can't blame you. You put a lot of effort in that base over this time. This long period of time. Why do I keep doing this? Finish a new game plus 10? Why new game plus 10? Why not 9? Or 15? Or 22? That's the true question. Why stop there? We could play forever. Yo, this base is sick. How many hours do you have on this world? 3,000. I know that sounds ridiculous. This is my only world. That's according to Steam, which I know is a little off. So I'd take that with a slight grain of salt, but I do have... Let's get the official number. 2,441 days in this world. And this isn't even... You ain't seen half of it. This is everything. Got a massive castle, wizard tower. This is my crafting tower. A marketplace we haven't even finished yet. Bathhouse. The pot palace. The barracks. There's a jail underground under there. One of my favorite builds. You stay tuned for the on the channel. If you subscribe to my YouTube, I'm going to be doing a base tour of this here soon. Hopefully in the next week or two. I'd love to get it out if I can. To show it all off and do one final, like, this is it. This is everything I built and grounded. Because on top of this, I have a whole different base that's ridiculous as well, which I can run around and show. We're just getting a quick little tour. Holy, finishing 100? Oof. That sounds horrible. If C Dinky and the other guys couldn't get to New Game Plus 100, I would never stand a chance. This is our sub or supporter temple, so everyone that's subbed to the channel gets their name in a chest, which I need to update. Have the Great Hall. This is the House of the Many-Faced God. It's a fun little build. Has every bug head. There's like 18, I think, of each bug head available to fill up all of these. And then I still have to put the armor sets on, all the dummies. And then there's secret passages and stuff that go down and around through things. There's all sorts of craziness. Approximately 500 hours in all around it. That's a lot of dedication. I mean, this is what I do. It doesn't just sound ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Don't call me out like that. I have a problem, okay? I have a problem. Almost could make these like one taller. I don't know. It's been fun though. Thought I had a big base. Mine is puny compared to this. I only have about 200 into my base. Yeah, I mean, this is what I've been doing. I've been making content on Grounded and streaming it since like the 1.2 update. So year, almost 2. I'm gonna crash. You have more drive than I. It's been fun. Here, you want to see the other base? This is my claim to fame. This is my I did a base tour of this with another YouTuber, and it blew up and got me into content creation. This is my like actual base. The sandbox is just fun and random because I can. This is like my functioning base that I had a lot of fun building. Let's show you real quick in person. So this what sets this build apart is that it's built off grid. Which is what made me fall in love with this game, is I figured out how to make each wall on its own separate grid. So this is essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different builds in one. So every single side of this is built completely separate. And that's why you get the clipping in these corners and these weird overlaps, is because this is built totally on its own grid. So this wall is completely separate of this wall. And same on the top. So like that's how you get these weird details, is this is just how the pieces met in the corners. It was a lot of fun. Because I can is wild, yeah. I mean, it got to a point I was making content on building crazy things, so it was like, well, why not build the craziest thing anyone's ever done in Grounded? But this is my like super functional base that has everything I ever need. Decor level, fun bridge or a balcony that goes around the whole thing. Made a water catchment system, and then naturally they added in the mantis fountains, and it made it totally worthless. But this is infinite water that fills up in these things. If I can do it, whatever. Building the roof must have been... Dude, the roof was like horrible. It was not... The roof was not fun to get started. It really was a lot of work. Hey, I forgot. Every New Game Plus, these stupid spider webs come back, and I gotta... This is how long it's been since I played Grounded. The spiders are taking back over. We have a bug museum. Shows off every single bug mount. Every head mount is on the wall here. All the way around. The only thing that I don't have currently is the ant queens, because it's just massive. I didn't plan for anything to be added that big. And then you have to go all the way down, or you can take the elevator down, but it kind of bounces you up. It's more made to go up. Then you can go up. It bounces you out around the pagoda brim up to the top. Then there's like storage. And then I have my armory, which to this day is I had probably the most fun building this armory. It was really, really fun watching this all like come together and the randomness of it. Every item, every weapon, every upgrade, every infused weapon is here. I have a museum that shows off every single piece of art that they have in the game. And there's so many that it's the inside and the out here. I forgot how much there was. And then this is my teleporter hub that I still haven't even finished all the way. It's all going to be built out. It used to be a zipline hub, and then they made teleporters, and I got rid of the ziplines really quick because it was like 100 feet tall. But yeah, I collected this before they had any of that. Like everything here, this is all survival, so I've collected every single item in this. There's no duping, there's no creative, nothing. I collected every single crow feather for this roof, and it took me months of time to finish all this off. Like, it was crazy. And that was before I built this, almost this entire base pre-handy net. It wasn't even part of the game. Ouch. When do you get teleporters? New game +2. So you have to beat the game 3 times, essentially. Or 2 times. 2 times. And then you can unlock teleporters. But you do have to go into New Game Plus. And then we got our bridge over to the sap farms. If you want a more in-depth tour, check out my YouTube. Mm-hmm. Check out that. It's got a super in-depth tour. Oh, I forgot that they added these. The scarecrows. So many feathers. I wish they had this in ages ago. Do you know how many feathers this is, dude? I don't even need them anymore. I have so many feathers at this point. I've been collecting for so long, but it's a great addition. I have a decent amount of content on the pagoda base. Less so on the sandbox, just because I spent most of my time streaming that one for all the builds. So there is live builds of almost the vast majority of the sandbox is built live on my Twitch and YouTube. There's all the VODs you can watch on the YouTube if you ever want to see anything specific of how any of that craziness was built. I like grinding in video games. To a certain degree, I do. To a certain degree. I just loved this base so much in the beginning that my wife was pregnant. She was going to bed like super early, so I had nothing better to do with my life. Thank you for the follow. Your mom. Nice. Honestly, I think I've seen the video of your pagoda base tour. Nice. Yeah. The original base tour is on See-Through's channel. If that's the one you watched, I would highly suggest watching the ones on my channel because I did a ton of upgrades since that video. A ton of upgrades. Really fun additions to the whole base. And you can see what my zipline tower looked like then as well. And then we built... I think I had the majority of this stuff done. Just this tower and this outer area, and then I had a different build here, and then we started live streaming shortly after that. So like this was live streamed. I didn't make the video on this, but I do have a video sort of for that. This was live streamed. This was everything from here out was all live streamed. You could pretty much tell from the thumbnail what I was working on any given stream. I tried to make sure the thumbnails pretty much correlate with exactly what we were working on. That bridge, the Rainbow Bridge, the Rainbow Road. Yeah, we ran through that on See-Through's channel. It was fun. But yeah, the pagoda base was my baby. And then I started this thing, and it just exploded. This was not, like, I never had a vision for it to get this crazy necessarily right from the beginning. I thought it'd be cool to build a city, and never really expected it to get this insane. Very impressed. Well done. Thank you. Been a lot of fun, honestly. It's given us a lot of things to do, which I have thoroughly enjoyed. We've had some great times making this content. It looks skinnier. Was I doing this? Oh, I did. I guess I don't hate how that works. Maybe we do the double. I think that'll work. I can make that work. I don't know. I didn't like it at first. Now I'm not hating it as much. I can make that work. Timber's live streams are binge-worthy if you're looking to put some time into watching some content. We've had some good nights. We really have had some good nights. I had a lot of fun in the Grounded streams. Especially when that was like when I first started streaming, like, there's a lot of people watching the Grounded content at that point in time. Most nights there was 25 to 30 something people watching. It was a lot of fun. Just stick around for a bit. I normally just watch my buddy stream, but he ain't streaming at the moment, so I'm all ears. Let's go. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I've been streaming a lot of Enshrouded recently. Took a big break from Grounded, but I definitely want to keep it in the mix here and there till we finish the city at least. Or till the game crashes so badly every time I get on that we can no longer play this world, which we are also getting close to. You're definitely getting quite close to the point of breaking the game for good. That also means... So I either use the crenellated ones or fry. And they don't work as well. I think how this is going to work. Probably the later option while my Xbox would have crashed long ago. Yes. I brought the developers. I was on one of the Casually Grounded streams when they were still doing the community managers were still doing those. And then I think I just had this main castle sort of built. This was really rough, not really done. That didn't exist, and there was something here. And so we mostly did a tour of my pagoda base, and I crashed their Xboxes, their whole setup when they first logged in and got into it. Like their screens stopped, and they were like, "What is happening? Like this has never happened in a single world we've ever joined. Like what?" And then they saw the build and they were like, holy cow. And then immediately after the stream, they're like, please send us your save file. We have some optimization that we need to do, because that was crazier than anything we ever expected. And I'm like, that's exactly what I was going for. It's perfect. So thanks to my world, we got some great optimization from the devs, because it was so ridiculous. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Would you look at that? Do I have any wheat stems? Not a lot. That's a bummer. I don't like collecting weed stems. That's why I don't build with weed stems 90% of the time. I have no enjoyment from chopping them down. Imagine getting the devs in now. Dude, I don't even think we could do a tour anymore. Like, that's... I think what I'm most upset about in terms of Grounded is that I never got to do another tour with the Grounded team. That was like still to this day one of the coolest experiences. I've done some pretty incredible things, so it's not like the best thing of my entire life, but I had so much fun. Like so much fun doing that stream. The devs were like so cool. It was like this huge moment of like, dude, I'm like playing with the community managers and like developers of this game right now. Like that is such a cool experience to get to do. Something most people will never really get to experience. So I was like, it was very, very fun. And the developers are so freaking cool as well. They're really great people. 2 go like that might not work, I don't know. Entire bases weed stems, I would use it more. I don't like chopping them down. It's so much more work than getting mushrooms and ash cement. It's harder to get this much ash cement, but it's way more fun to build with. We need some like stuff. There'll be like a central meandering path, but then maybe they need to like, maybe these points they like branch out. That's the problem with that. So we'd have to move it one more. Probably work. Do something weird like. Ooh, okay. Idea. This would fit my OCD a little bit better, doing something like, as much as I want this to be like purely a meandering path, my OCD is kind of going crazy. So if we did something like this, that might work. Got some ash cement for you, Timber. Please bring it. Bring it over. I need all of it. Taking donations. I like that this feels maybe a little bit more organized. And you could still like did one of these maybe? Maybe you still get out on these edges or something. And be back in a min, no worries. 5 ads is insane. Oh, well, that's a lot. Holy cow. All used in the base? Well, that's not helpful, Lude. What are you doing to me, dude? How am I supposed to get anything done when you don't give me your materials? I don't get any help around here, man. Alright, okay. Things are happening. Why can we not do that? I want that right there. That would be perfect. Ideas. I got things in my head that I need to figure out how to make this work. You got plenty done? What are you talking about? I've never done anything. I don't get anything done. If I was more productive, this base would be way bigger. He says. What if we did then? Like that doesn't follow the flow. Gotta follow that flow. It's getting crazy. Does the crow perch on your base? Yes, it does. It's funny, it's like the first thing everyone wants to know, like, what happens when the crow lands on the base? What happens when the crow lands on the base? I'm like, oh, it just chills. Just lands there and chills. You can't walk where it lands while it's there, but it does like nothing to the base. A couple times it's clipped me into the base and I've gotten stuck, but other than that, it doesn't do anything else. Okay, so we did a half block, maybe. And then one of these. All right. My idea is now coming together. I really wanted like a central raised platform where I could use... I always wanted some central, like, pergola, whatever you want to call it. And I could never figure out how to make it work. But I love the idea of like doing one of these little things right there. Something similar, I guess. Maybe not that exact thing, but that idea. Welcome back, Moses. And that gives me like the perfect little platform to just do that. It's great. This definitely like hits the mark on like what I was kind of trying to do. You could still walk there. Okay. The hard part is figuring out like how that stuff works. Like in a perfect world, this would all be like grass or something. What is this area going to be? It's sort of a water garden was the original thought, but without water. So a garden is what is essentially what I'm saying. Just toss out that first part. Ignore everything I just said. But yeah, some garden type like center place. So it'll be like mushrooms and grass and stuff once we get it all figured out. Once we do this, that means we have to make sure I can actually make this like a raised platform. Gonna get funky. Gonna get really funky. This is the struggle with the just a few pieces we're missing in the game. This little like triangle thing. How'd I do that over here? I feel like I clipped these things somehow. Favorite building recipe. Ash cement. These little ash cement triangles, best thing they ever added. It's like 90% of the details I use. Everything quarter triangles, quarter ash cement walls, the vertical half walls and stuff too. All of those are my favorite, but in terms of just broad building pieces. Outside of that, I don't know. Like decor, hard to say. I really like the braziers. Honestly, the Ant Queen things they added are gorgeous. Used a lot of these. The statues are really fun. It's hard to decide. Oh, this thing's freaking awesome. I love how using this. These things, this is still one of my favorite little details. That's my one person in this entire area just for Ludorev. Love it. The columns, I don't know. There's almost nothing I don't like about this game. Realistically, at the end of the day. There's very little that I'm not absolutely in love with. That one guy is there purely because of you. I was like, I need a guy playing that. It looks cool, and then I never really like did anything with it. Ooh. That works. Aha. That's kind of cool. Which allows us, maybe we just... That allows me to go like that, which I don't hate. I can make that work. Not really any other way to get this to function the way I want, so it might be the way to go. And then we'll build like a little covered roof area. This needs some work still. This needs to flow just a bit more. Like, I don't really want to add in angles like this though. Maybe one more over. 'Tis the question. How do I want to do this? Nice shape, digging it. Nice, thank you. Glad it's turning out. Coming together little by little. So I want a path. Then we could do like plants. Maybe I do that instead and just like, of course, you little. Something funky. Work. That's kind of funny. Huh. Could do some fun little. Just thinking of these as like sort of random planter boxes is kind of what I'm currently trying to figure it out. Use grass walls? I hate grass walls. I'm going to use grass floor, most likely, to sort of fill this in so it looks more like plant area. If that makes sense. I think as a current plan, gets weird with some of those, so I'll have to figure out how to make that stuff work. But I want them to sort of feel like little planter boxes, essentially, is the current idea. And then you'll be like walking around the path. It's like this path, and everything else is like a raised planter box. This sort of works. That doesn't work, but I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Snap, it's grounded. What's up, XYZ? Welcome in. Yeah, we're switching it up for the night. I'll probably be back on Enshrouded early next week. I have some ideas that I really want to mess with, but where did I do? I swear it's that block that does it. Not quite what I was hoping. Dang it. Guess, yeah, I end up with a lot of those things because they don't have the blocks I need. I break the game too often. Love clover roofs for the look of grass on ground. They have? I don't think they have the shapes I need, though. Close. Issues, there's no triangular, or the, what is this called? Yeah, the curved wall. That's the main issue. It's almost enough. I have used clover for clover roofs and stuff as a grass substitute before. Have a receipt in my pocket. Yeah, I don't think I ever showed off this area when I was looking around it. This is my library. There's one chest for every single item in the game in here. Every resource item. Food, everything. Candies, all of it. This is a really fun little build too. BRB sounds good. Was it here? Maybe I did. Oh, I did use, yeah, clover here. A couple of these little planters. This is sort of the idea, like a faux planter box. It's the best you can really do. Works a bit better if it's too tall, but then it just becomes too much. That look off. What did I do over here? Same thing, isn't it? They just do hang there, whatever. Gotta get these details on the other side. What's with all the bodies? These? The armor dummies? I have every armor showcased here is what they are. So every piece of armor, like some of these are just single pieces of armor, so I just made them. Some of them are like full sets of armor, but they're all showing off. I just had a huge wall and I thought that would be really fun. Like a action figure wall, but just showing off every armor piece there is. If you think that's a lot of bodies, yeah, it's just an armor showcase. My goal, like part of the way I come up with ideas to build bases is I find like one item in the game and then I build something around that. So like that's my crafting building, and then I just wanted to make it cool, so I was like, oh, an armory. It's like the original idea was a library, being that every item is showcased in its own chest, so it was like a grounded library since there's not books or anything. Like this one was a bathhouse because they added a hot tub. So I designed this whole space off of utilizing the water that was already here and then the hot tubs to be the sort of like centerpieces, and it fit really well with like the natural vegetation and stuff. They're armor dummies. Is that better? Yeah, so that's sort of like, I'm like, this is an interesting thing. I could build around that. And that's how I try to think of like different ideas for different builds. This one was just, I wanted to build a cathedral, so I built a cathedral. You know, sometimes that's just how it goes. Yeah, they're armor dummies. Don't worry. It's all good. This very architectural. Yeah, that's how I pick a specific function of something and then just build around. The many-faced god, if anyone watches Game of Thrones, there's a many-faced god that like they take faces and they can like wear them as part of their ability, and so I recreated it but with the bug head mount. And so there's oh god, it's like 18 times there's, I don't know, 50 something or 40 something, but there's like hundreds and hundreds of bugs heads, and then more armor dummies that I haven't put the armor on yet. So there's, each one of these gets an armor set as well. And there's 18 in these chests. There's 8 sets of each armor to fill up all of these. I know, Diddy might like this place. It might be his kind of jam. And then like, I wanted to create a great hall of some kind. So that's what this is. It just doesn't have any of the tables and stuff, and then I was slowly figuring out how to make the sapsconces float to be like the Harry Potter Great Hall. And then, as every Great Hall has a crypt underneath for all my little dead bug friends, and these are my actual pets over here that all died. Like these are my original pets that I named after my actual pets, and they've all died at one point or another. so I gave them an actual burial ground. Good times. Be an interesting concept if there was a video games where you could mount bodies and heads / trophies of players from a PvP. I got dark. It's good though. It'd be pretty funny. Don't be your pet. Well, it's like I had a bird. No, we don't have the bird anymore. But I named the gnat after my bird, my wife and I's bird, and then we have 2 dogs. And so the small one is Cooper, our miniature poodle cavalier mix, and then the weevil is after my whole channel is after Timber, my Bernese Mountain Dog. And I had those, and at one point they all actually died in the game. So I was like, it's very fitting to do it that way. That's what's off. I want to resolve this like this. Hey, thank you. Ooh, Bjorkis? Yeah, sorry if I butchered that. Thank you for the follow. And we just hit our 90 follower goal. That's awesome. Get it. Thank you. That looks horrible. 2 straight. Oops. Maybe it does need to be like that, and we do planter boxes out on the other side, but then that doesn't work as well. So none of this feels right, so pieces don't actually work for what I'm trying to think through here. I don't hate this. Could do these. That maybe is a little better. That I can live with. I can live with that. So that's like there. There. 2 of these. I think that looks right. Yeah. So we have one little spot that's not going to fill in correctly. That's fine. With curved pergola, the trouble areas, could you build little pergolas? What? Yeah, I like the organicness with like the really hard lines of everywhere else. I think that at least makes it feel more like a planted area. A little bit. The only thing that doesn't fill properly is like that. I think everything else is gonna sort of work. It's always a balance, you know. Yeah, we're gonna have some weirdness like those. And what's that? Oops, not walls. Ooh, that's not gonna line up, is it? One off. Definitely gets weird when you start getting this this ridiculous. Every once in a while you can get like one of these blocks to fit in and fill some of those gaps, but it's probably not likely. Like that works there, but then nothing else works, so I don't know why it auto-corrected like that, but some areas, gardens, some pergolas to not have to deal with the troubles. I think I'm just going to have the one. These are just going to be the idea as planter boxes, so it's not going to be anything too crazy. This will be sort of like a covered space, but I don't know how that's going to work quite yet. These are just making interesting like planter boxes the best I can. So we'll probably have like the mushroom, some of the mushroom, these things like placed. My patented, I wouldn't necessarily say I was the first person to figure it out, but I made some cool planter box things where you put the planters, garden patches underneath, and then the thing sticks up through them. I don't think I have any of those here. Not quite. The pagoda does, but they're pretty cool. We'll see what happens. The trouble areas I kind of just live with. It drives some people insane, but I've gotten to a point where it's like the vast majority of the details that you'll see in my builds, like you'll never notice any of the issues. I guess technically that could just be that. Sometimes you figure it out too, and it'll work. Have to be a little more creative in my problem solving. Hopefully that covers that, no problem. Yeah, and I guess none of this needs to be, the interior stuff doesn't actually have to show, but you still end up with some spots, is what it is. What's up, Goose? Long time no see. Doing good? Did I shave? No. I mean, I shave my face every day, but not like anything else. Means that needs to be a full block. The wall. Yeah. Yeah, that'll all work. Okay. We're headed in the right direction now. I think I'm happy to solidify this now. Question is, do I have a lot of grass? I do have a lot of grass. Wow. That's new. I guess I did chop down, I deforested every single piece of grass in the game, so that's part of that. Not every piece, but most of them. Does that fill in? I could live with that, actually. Just enough to kind of hide it. Mega building, you definitely learn, like, what details matter and what ones don't that you'll never notice. And the little stuff, you can't sweat the little stuff when you're building this big. I forget about half the random things I've done by the end of the builds. The block. Yeah, no, the staff's not going anywhere, don't you worry. I'm sure at some point my wife would like me to get rid of it, but... not her, like, favorite thing in the world. She likes the look of it. She doesn't like the feel of it. Which I can understand. The only downside about having a mustache is having a 90-pound Bernese Mountain Dog that gets hair in your mustache constantly. That's my only negative. Otherwise, it's the best thing ever. I love not looking like a 5-year-old. Without the stash, I look so young. I actually looked so young that at like 27 or 28 at one point, I went to a bar with a bunch of coworkers just for lunch, and we had a beer. And she like looked around at everyone, and she pointed at just me and went, "I'm gonna need to see your ID." And I was like, I feel so attacked right now. Like, just me. Nobody else got carded. And I'm like, everyone's the same age. Like, everyone was within 2 or 3 years of each other. And I got, like, absolutely destroyed by this lady. So funny. Sucks to suck, I guess. What is that? One off? No, that's right. Well, I'm out. See you in a month or two, maybe. Sounds good. I was dying at that one meme, though. It was like a perfect representation. I really did feel that one in my core. This is... Alright, I'm gonna head out. It's been nice hanging out. Thank you. Sounds good. Hopefully we'll see you again on the next one. Do a full trimmed beard. I can't even grow a beard. Somehow I can grow this, and everything else is like just non-existent. It's not good. Okay, so it goes there. And it stops, and is that what's happening? Yeah, but not quite. This is the block that's off. And then what's it do? My brain. That is an oval. What do I have off here? Oh, I had that block right. That's crazy. Oh no, I think my dad's gone crazy. Okay. Then that starts another circle there. Is that what I'm seeing? My brain. My beard can go a bit hard, especially around final. Stash starts to cover my mouth and everything. It's just the stash. I wasn't blessed with the ability to grow any other form of facial hair. My dad can do a nice like goatee combo. I can't even do the goatee combo. It's just the stash. And dude, there was a rough period in there where I looked the only reason I grew the stash out is because I started growing it when I was on vacation in Mexico. Otherwise, I don't think I would have had the self-confidence to let it grow that long. It was not pretty for a while. It was a bit rough at times. Alright, now it's all duplicated correctly. We did it. Hooray. I don't know why, but my OCD wants to build that for some reason. Can't understand why. But it was just screaming at me. Sick. Okay. Oops. And one of these, one of these, one of those. That is full block. Beautiful. And that ended up being one of those, right? Yeah. That's no. That needs to be one of these. And we should definitely rotate these, because details matter. Oops. Keep everything oriented the same way. Make look better. And now we're just cruising. Need a couple of these. One of these. One of these. Might be able to hide that better with some other random stuff. Have to mess with it. And it's dark. I almost never sleep in Enshrouded. I've been forgetting about it. Go, go, go. I want to get as close to finishing this as possible. 10:30. Got another 20 plus minutes. Not bad. Might have to go get some weed stems, though. Ugh. Guess the struggle is that I can't. Need the weed stems now. Dang it. We don't need like a massive amount, but we definitely need a couple pallets. I could use the perks so it doesn't take me 3 hits, but you know, that's effort. I live in the land of dispensaries, so they're easy to find. I'm in Oregon, so handy nat those. Get me out of here. What's the land of dispensaries for you? I feel like that's Oregon. There's like thousands of them. It's probably enough. Ever been in Oregon, Colorado? Yeah, same diff. Colorado and at least the area of Oregon I'm in Bend, very similar. What? Very, very similar. Mountains, cold, outdoorsy people. Weed. Kindred spirits is what I would say. It's like if I didn't live in Oregon, Colorado would probably be my next place. Sorry I'm late. I hit a deer? Dude, that sucks. Hope you're okay. Everything's okay. I'm assuming your car is not okay, but hopefully you are. I have a buddy that I swear has, I want to say, the worst luck. I think he's just a dumbass most of the time. Dude, he's hit so many deer. Every couple years, he's like, dude, I totaled my car. I hit a deer. I'm like, bro, what? Who hits this many deer? How are there any deer left? You've hit so many. But it's definitely not a good time. Definitely ruins your car. No worries. Rather, here you're good to go, honestly. Definitely don't need to apologize because you got in an accident, by the way. No need for that. Just shook? I don't doubt it. It's pretty traumatic, any kind of accident. Luckily, I've never been in, like, a serious accident or anything, especially not on the highway, but, like, my wife got rear-ended while with a friend in the, like, a hit and run on the freeway, and, like, the car, like, dragged their car. It hit it so hard for a while, and it finally came loose, and they drove off. I definitely get the rattled. Could start harvesting. Was in 2, so I could not get the meat. That's your concern? I appreciate the efficiency, though. Why waste, you know? You're like, who wants to do this when you could just do, like, other productive things that isn't chopping weed stems and then picking up 100 Lincoln logs? It's just so much effort. This is why I don't use this material very often. Oozin, you are late. You gotta stop going to Mars so early. You gotta get here and then leave for your trip to Mars. It's not the same without you here all night, man. We miss you. Same with Knife not being here earlier, but I mean, that's a pretty good excuse. I can't say that your excuse isn't valid as well, though, so it's just a different type of delay. Good to have you both here, though. This is what we've been building. We built this out tonight. Got zooted and do nothing but collect items. There's nothing wrong with that. I've slowed down recently because I started ADHD medication, so I'm trying to, like, feel that out before I go crazy. I'm trying to just use it for sleep at the moment. I just get zooted a little later now. Why didn't I just go like this? Why did I fly the whole way back? Why I built this way. True Oozin has some weed stems. No, too many. It's far too many for me. Let's take one of these. These out of the way. Wait, I'm supposed to put those weed stems back. Oops. This will be more than enough. $20,000 weapon versus $2,000 deer. Yep. Not ideal. I don't blame you. That'd be a stressful night, dude. It was not fun. I'll do it just because of what you went through. Hello? In your home. Oh, you want a place like that, huh? Yeah, it is. Hello? Please? Go in your home. One of these days, I'm gonna get it. I saw it go blue. If I click enough, we'll get it. I was like, where'd it go? Mom hit one recently and the antlers went through the windshield. Dude, that's scary. Do I care about those? No. Just put that there. Clean up our mess. We got plenty. I was in Washington and almost wrecked a rental car on a massive elk. Oof. We, my family and uncle, their kids, all that stuff, go to Mexico every year and have a little place down there. And we used to rent this, they called it a church van, but it's just one of those massive old school white vans that holds like 12 people or however many it is. We'd rent one of those to hold everyone. And then we'd go to Cabo one night. And on the way back, we hit a cow. And it, like, you could, like, antler holes in the hood of the car, like, demolished the front of this car. Like, you could see this bull's imprint, like, in the hood of the car. Car still drove. And the thing got up and walked off like nothing happened almost. It just kind of like stumbled away for a second and then like it was nothing. Just was like, dude, why'd you bump into me like that? Didn't care. No, not one care in the world. It was crazy. The funny part is I was like, I don't know, 10. And I was, for some reason, expected as the... For some reason, I was put in the front seat because everyone had been drinking. So, I mean, I was the not drinking, of course, and the driver wasn't. But I don't know why they expected the 10-year-old to be on the watch because someone in the back that was drunk was like, cow! And then we hit the cow. It was pretty crazy. Luckily, we were in such a big car, it didn't really matter, but you can also get in a lot of trouble for hitting cows and killing them in Mexico, so we got really lucky that it didn't die. Or didn't die right then, at least. Could have been real bad. Wouldn't have been my problem, because I wasn't driving, but my uncle would have had a really bad day. Copy that and that. I was in Washington, almost wrecked a rental car. Oh, I already read that. When I lived in Alaska, I was terrified of hitting a moose. That would be crazy. Dude, a moose would mess you up. These are massive. I'm always worried in where I live, there's so many elk. Especially like going out to my parents' house when I'd like drop my son off. Like when I pick him up at night, once it's like dark in the winter like this, dude, it is. There's a herd of like hundreds that like live out in the farm area that my parents have a place at. And it's like, I've seen a couple cars hit them and it's not good. It's not pretty. Do like 2. It goes through. Not worth. Just center it, I guess. Hello? Get in your hole. Go with an old sob. Just hit of a blunt, so good. So it should be good. Hitting deers to hitting blunts. When hitting one thing solves hitting another. Now I want one of those. I don't have one. Share. You mind flying here and just give me one hit? Just un. When the elks do their scream. That was really bad impression. I thought I had it, I didn't have it. For a second I was like, I got this. I can normally make a stupid sounds like this. No, this was not the day. Okay. It's gonna look good. We'll have to like adjust them a little bit, but this will look great. Probably be more centered. No, probably be fine. I think this is gonna look pretty cool. The car price went down from COVID, so the car would have been 8,000. Now it's 4,000 in paying back. I mean, better than 8,000, I guess. I'm hoping you have insurance of some kind. That helps. Because that's a lot of cash there. It's not ideal. I think as long as I can get in, I can build most of this out. I just need to leave like one spot open. I guess I could just move them. Who cares? Who cares? Let's get the effect and see what we like, what we think. Clip that elk scream. Please don't. Please don't. I guess that's what I get for putting myself out on the internet. So, you know. Do dumb things. Win dumb prizes. I smoked in 8 months, so I don't know what will happen. Whew. Yeah, that'll settle you right down. Or freak you out worse? Maybe? Hard to say. I can't say it's been that long since I have, so wouldn't know. Okay, it's coming together. I think once all the mushrooms are in, it'll actually start looking like what I'm thinking. The question is, do we use some of the big ones? This might be exponentially too many mushrooms as well. Might be far too many. Could be a lot of mushrooms. Go big or go home, I guess, is the saying. And we need... Not what I copied. One of those. Columns. This might change. Question is, how high do we want it? You can definitely tell from the start of the stream to now, the leg is getting worse. The more we build. Alright, that might work better actually. There, oh, there, yeah, there. Does that need to go inside? Maybe. Those back one. Secret is to smoke more until you feel better. Don't wait though, just like send it. Balls to the walls. Kind of a fun shape. It's amazing how taking this long of a break has like helped my creativity in this game so much right now. Like I was really stuck for a while. And Shrouded was a good break. Definitely want to revisit Grounded here and there. Just a little bit more, though. Not sure if it's going to be like a every week thing. Every once in a while. I'll have to test that out. But it's been nice being back in something slightly different. I like switching it up here and there. I feel like it's got to be Crow. Maybe, maybe no feather roofs at all, actually. Just maybe. Could also toss in some ash cement as well. Wouldn't suck. Could be cool. Got the clip, you son of a bitch. I think I could put that much into a single game. I mean, I typically am not. I like to, I tend to play games like I just get 100% in whatever the game is if I really enjoy it. Otherwise, I don't play a whole lot of it. It's got to be a really good game, and that's what started this like obsession with Grounded, is I really just enjoyed the game and I got 100%. And I've always really enjoyed building bases in every game I've ever played. And then something about like essentially the see-through base tour blowing up just was like this like turning point for me, where I was just having so much fun building. And then I started creating content that it was just like, okay, I can do this. Like I was having so much fun, and then like having that external drive of like people wanting to watch you build this stuff just took it to this like extra level that I've never really done quite with any game. I have a lot of time building in a lot of games, but not anywhere near this much. Especially not in like one world like this is, where it's like just the same thing I've been building for 3,000 hours, which is crazy. I have hundreds of hours in many other games. I don't have thousands of hours in hardly anything. Just a testament to how good this game is, honestly. It was just like every time I got bored, they added something again, and it was just like this really good flow. And then it got to a certain point where it slowed down. I haven't played many games that like had this early access period and then also had this really great like almost 2-year like period where they kept updating things. Outside of like Minecraft, but I was over that a long time ago. Played a lot of Minecraft when I was younger. Had a lot of hours in like Diablo 3 and stuff like that, but I don't know. The combination of this game and then content creation is what really pushed it to like the next level. It gave me this like extra incentive of just going forever. Okay, Timber. That's a fun little shape. I had no clue what I was gonna do with this. Does want something, some kind of roof structure of some kind. And I'm thinking if I could get it like, no, I want it in there, please. Can I do this? You little... Dang it, that would be perfect. Alright, order of operations. Let's see if it works. Thought the blueprint might do it. Sometimes you can get it. Alright, so that ain't it. We could do that, I guess. I don't like that as much, though. Maybe. Who knows? Once a month I like Enshrouded. I'll definitely be sticking with Enshrouded. I have to focus my content on the next, like, growing project that I can invest a lot of time into. Doesn't mean I don't like tossing in stuff like this. I think this has been a great... I wasn't, like, super excited about tonight's stream. Just because I was kind of like... It's been a long time. I was like, I wasn't sure if I was just going to, like, jump right back into it and have a lot of fun, or if I was just going to sit there and, like, struggle, or if people wanted to watch it or not. But it's been a good break. I want to throw it in as a break every once in a while. I don't know if I like that as much. Especially with the little crenellations, it's weird, but I really just want it to be down. That was sitting in that one little thing like I had. Jeez, so laggy. This is the other problem with Grounded, is it's just getting to the point where it just can't handle it anymore. If my computer's struggling this much, we're getting there. But it's been fun. I like throwing it in every couple weeks or something. Not sure what the right schedule is. So we'll have to mess with it, but I want to, and as I promised, I want to finish this base at some point. That's very appealing to me, to kind of put this whole thing to rest at some point. Last time greened out and threw up. I think the last time I threw up is just because I coughed so bad. As funny as that is. Yes, that works. I don't know if this looks good or not either. We'll see. Just gives it like a little bit of a structure. I'm not sure. It's a little funky. Feels like it needs something though, you know? It's like a little slightly different change in material or something. I feel like what we're really missing now is some ash cement. That's where this comes in. A little bit of texture change. I guess that would be a good spot to do it too. That's why I love these blocks. Got the new 5070. Wow. Ballin'. That. Definitely need to find a way to like fit the aesthetic a bit more. This is where it starts coming to life, is these little details. Could do that. Might look better to do this as ash cement. That's the one thing I feel like this build is currently missing, is the different level of contrast that I typically shoot for. I don't know how I feel about this roof yet, but it's what it is. It's always ash cement, man. Every time I'm like, what does this build look off? Where did that? Oh. Solves all problems. Contrast. Really does. Could see this going up a level. And then... Doesn't work great. Makes this roof redundant, but not the end of the world. Been considering building a computer but don't know what I'm doing. That is why I didn't build my computer. I bought a pre-built. Dude, Chris Brown and T-Pain on the same song for free? I love this. Oh, it's 2 of them. I'll catch you later, brother. Sounds good, Harley. Thanks for hanging, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for the sub as well. You are awesome. Catch you on the next one, where we will most likely be playing some Enshrouded. But expect some Grounded here and there. For sure. I think everyone should expect some Grounded. I'm enjoying myself. The break has been very nice, though. I think it's really helping. A little much. This... It's one of these, maybe? It's not horrible. It's a little clunky. I'll be a sub? You're already a sub. Wait, why'd you... Oh, you are on YouTube. Were you on YouTube this whole time? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so funny. Everyone switched... Everybody was on Twitch, and then all of a sudden everyone went over to YouTube. Funny. There's no one watching on YouTube earlier. I don't necessarily love the top yet, but we're looking better and better every little piece. Now this... That goes up. Maybe this makes more sense going... Nope, I don't like it. Instant regret. Yeah, the other side looks way better. Heading in the right direction. We might have to just play... I gotta think this through. Want to do this base tour. I don't hate the idea of being, like, nearly done with this whole thing. I wouldn't hate tossing in a couple more streams just to try to get, like, a handful of more houses done or something. How many total subs? Dude, a lot. Like, an insane amount. You and Uzin are, like, have carried this channel. I think it was more than that. I think Uzin did like 30 in a night, and then you've done Probably more than that overall. It's been a lot. A lot of subs. Dang it. Do. Then you gotta pay for your car to get fixed though, so. Fill these gaps, cause I can. It's looking good though. I'm pretty I'd be amazed if... I know Uzin's donated a lot of subs or gifted a lot of subs, but at this point I think you are a little higher than he is. Because you do it... He does like one big burst randomly. You donate a bunch like every stream. Be a tracker on YouTube or Twitch? Yeah, I'd have to look. It doesn't... I actually was looking at it. It's really hard. Like, there's no like... It's all about current subs is the issue. Doesn't do a very good job of telling you like everything, so I have to like, it's a really complicated process to go search through it and figure out every single one. I'm really surprised it's not as simple as like download every sub that you've ever had. I guess probably a lot easier when you have a lot more stuff. It's easy for me to say that, but when you have 1,000 subs, it becomes quite ridiculous. So I guess that part probably makes sense. What if we didn't do that? 1.6k feathers? That's nothing. I gotta have way more than that if I wanted. Gonna get a truck instead of a car. That will do a lot better than against the deers. So you have that going for you. I think I have more feathers at my other base too. One of these. Somewhere, yeah. I got another, what, 5 stacks? Yeah. I hoard feathers, just so you know. The deer lifted up the car? I don't doubt that at all. I don't have a massive car, but I do like having a slightly larger car now. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. All right, it's coming together though. I want to build those, but they're just going to spin around in circles and drive me insane. Well, hold off. I will say, I wish Enshrouded had a move function like this. But Grounded doesn't have undo, so I guess there's that. Why does that work sometimes? Like that vertical. So random. Sometimes you can get stuff to clip so easily by accident. Need a truck. I do too many projects. The nice thing is I have no desire to pay for a truck or pay for the gas for a truck. They're just so expensive. And so my dad has a truck and I just get to borrow it whenever I need. It's best of both worlds. I'd rather know someone with a truck than have to be the one paying for it. One on Mazda MX-5. Yeah, those are nice. I just have a Subaru Crosstrek because it's small and expensive. Big enough for 2 dogs and a baby and my wife. Got a rooftop box on it. It's incredible in the snow, which I live in Bend. So it's always snowy or icy. Does incredibly well and very reliable. I've been very happy with it. In a perfect world, I'd have a bigger car, but I had a WRX for a long time. 2002 Bug Eye. Loved that car. Still sad I had to sell it. I didn't have to, but it was time. It was time to get an adult car and not a play car. Frickin' adulting. Lame. This might be a good place for a mushroom. Now that I think about it. In this corner. More detail. A lot of mushrooms, but whatever. I'd love like a Tacoma or a... I've always wanted a Tacoma. I just really like the way they look. And all the stuff you can do to them. But they're so overpriced for what they are. It's just because they look cool. They cost way more. It's like Subarus in this part of the country too. Like they're just... They do so well that they're just way overpriced for some odd reason. They hold their value, I guess, is a better... They're not necessarily overpriced at the start, but they hold their value incredibly well. My wife has a CX-5, yeah. My wife's cousin had one for quite a while. She really liked it. Destroy these and be done with it. And now my son's crying, of course. Good thing I didn't just end stream. Mushroom, mushroom. So hard. I'm sleeping so bad recently. It's miserable. Don't advise. I don't necessarily think I want to do this little detail, but I'm just going to copy it for now. And give me some inspiration. Figure out what the heck I want to do with that. Pretty good though. Pretty good though. Not bad for one night's work. It's insane. I feel like once I get this much time invested, not this much, not 3,000 hours yet or anything, but when I have more time invested in Enshrouded, I'm going to be able to build a lot faster like this. I get so much done in such a short period of time in Grounded. It's the best part about it. Just because I know exactly how I want to build, what I like using and stuff. It's not this like, what material looks cool? How do they interact with each other? It's just like, works. We have a lot of lighting to do in this area though. It's very dark. Very, very dark. I move this maybe like this. And fill this void. Make this thing look like it's actually like holding on to something. Looks good. It's like the best part about Grounded is I just build so fast. Where did that go? Okay. She gone. Come on. Go in your home. Beautiful. Alright, we'll do it over here too. Why not? That's not the right one. Wait a second. I didn't even put this in the right spot. That's why these weren't placing correctly. Was wondering why it worked on one side and not the other. Helps when you place them correctly. Lol. Been good watching. A bit more happening in the Sandpit City, man. Looks good and fast progress as you mentioned. Yeah, it's been fun. I like switching it up. I am enjoying myself a bit here. I think it's a healthy. I definitely don't want to be just like a one-trick pony where I play one game forever and that's like I'm doomed to this to that for the rest of my life, like Minecraft creators and stuff that can never leave. So I like switching it up and having the ability to be able to do a couple different things, especially with a game that's like I'm just so comfortable with, like Grounded. Just makes it really fun. Hello? Where am I? Pile of garbage. Once all the mushrooms are grown, it'll be really cool looking. It's just a 1 gap and 2 high. I will say the fast progress is also helped immensely by the fact that I take ADHD medication now. I'm much more focused. It's crazy. Who'd have guessed? The damage doesn't look too bad on your car. So 1 off the ground on the outside, then step up, step up, step up. Easy enough. Wait, no, let's step up this. Step up 1. Hello? That right? I think. Oh, I'll check it out after stream. Check the damage. Yeah. In, out, in, out, in, out. Oh, this goes up 2. Is it? No, that's 1. No, that's 2. Slightly higher on the last one. Easy. Because why do it the same? It's not, isn't it more? Am I lost? Glad I had this one built already, because I'm like, oh, it is just 1. Okay. Why does it look mentally different? I don't know. 1, 2. Yeah, that is right. I'm just going to get these built, and then we'll probably call it. Hello? There. Go in your home. We'll say the blueprint system does make, I think that's part of the speed, is it's a lot easier to like blueprint things than it is to just build them and then undo like an Enshrouded. Boom. Lovely. Well, doesn't that look wonderful? See if we can destroy all of this in one go. Probably not. That's part of the base. Oh, maybe it'll work. It did. Oh, almost. Nobody's perfect. Boom. Well, we still have details to do, but that is let's look at it at the daytime and then we'll call it. I stood the whole time too. What the heck? I didn't even realize. Yeah, so we'll get some grass, we'll get some mushrooms growing. This place will look great. It looks really good. I'm really happy with this. It doesn't look, that thing doesn't look amazing sticking out. Might figure out a way to cover that, but thinking maybe these want to go one higher. I wouldn't hate that. But I don't want it to obstruct the view too much, so I do maybe want to keep it. Let's see. Looks great though. I think once these are filled in, they won't look so grassy. Once they have mushrooms sticking out of them, it'll sort of like complete it. I am contemplating and thinking this the whole time I was building this, that like maybe they want an extra raised level like this. We'll have to maybe see how we feel. Like the crenellated blocks. Like one off. That's not bad. That could be an option. Don't know yet. It might look better that way. It's just tall. They look so small and then you're the character and then you're like, you can't see any of it. So I might leave it as is. I don't know. We'll have to mess with it once I have the mushrooms grown. I'll probably just build those in tomorrow or something when my son's asleep and we'll see how it feels. But that feels pretty good. Feels like we're heading in the right direction. I'm quite happy with how this is turning out already. Not perfect, but for one night, not bad. Not bad at all. It needs some more detailing. I think we're missing some ash cement maybe on some of these walls. Just a little bit to fit the rest of it. It's a little mushroom heavy. But it feels pretty good. I do like how it fills the space up. One step closer. One step closer. It's a fun little build. I think it'll look a lot better with all the mushrooms and stuff. It'll make it way more lively. Alrighty. I appreciate everyone hanging out tonight. Hope everyone has a great rest of their night. Good luck with the car and the blunt knife. Appreciate everyone. Hope everyone enjoyed the return to Grounded. But I will. I'll catch you on the next one. See you on Monday. We'll most likely be playing Enshrouded on Monday. But this was a fun break, and we'll definitely add in some more Grounded here and there as well.